What's up, guys? Back with another video. I don't even know where to begin. um, Not much has changed. I've um, I've had interviews, but I haven't landed a job. It's been pretty bad. I'm gonna say. I haven't had any luck whatsoever with getting a job. I haven't. Um, yeah, I haven't had any luck at all. I do try every day, um, going out there, asking to talk to managers the old school way. Because I figured, if online ain't going to work, then, I got to try another route. Something has to work. I haven't had a job since the end of August last year, which is crazy. Um, it's insane. I didn't think it would take this long. I've never had this much trouble getting a job whatsoever. I've applied to over 400 places in the state that I live in, and I haven't had any luck whatsoever. And the reason why I'm making this video is because take this as a warning, guys. If you guys are younger than me, I'm 28, um, don't have any schooling. I do, however, though, have a pretty good resume. I have management experience, construction experience, restoration experience, power tool experience, security, restaurant. Um, it's not the greatest, but it's not the worst either. But the reason why I'm making this video is to serve as a warning to anyone that might come across it, that when people tell you to really stay in school and go to school for the right things, not just something that's not going to have any work, take it seriously, because if it wasn't for my parents, I would literally be homeless right now. Like, straight up. And there's a lot of homeless in my city. And, I see them passing by when I'm driving. And it's scary to me, because if I didn't have my family, I would literally be homeless. Like, I'm one door away from it. Take this as a warning to really take your life serious, take your financial future serious, and to take your time with life. Don't rush things. If you're going to school right now, if you're in high school, you're in college, make sure you're going for something that's going to have work. Because at the end of the day, that's what you go to school for, right? Is to get a good job. Or to get more leverage on a candidate position rather than someone that hasn't went to school like me. Take it serious, though. Um, I've spent the majority of my 20s chasing women, playing video games, smoking weed, not really taking my financial future seriously, and this is the end result of it. It's quite insane to me that how hard it is to find a job right now in my state. I feel like if anyone like, wait, let me rephrase that. If you see this video, take it serious. I'm 28. I literally have nothing at all, like whatsoever. And I have health problems. I have fatty liver disease, no scarring, which is good, but I have fatty liver disease. I've had diverticulitis, which is a problem in your intestinal tract. And now I don't know if I have a problem, but I do have some more blood work that I got done recently, and it's not the worst. Like I'm not sick or anything, but it's questionable of why these results, read that after getting some work done, some blood work done, and it's quite scary to me to know what's going on. Um, it definitely does take a toll on your mental health. I will say that the uncertainty of things, because you just don't know. No one does. So you gotta really take that serious. And yeah, my cat is in the back. Take it serious and really, understand that, things are very important in life, such as financial future, health. Health and finances are probably the main things, okay? Health first, finance second. And like I said earlier, for the majority of my 20s, I never really took them serious at all. I didn't work out. Um, I didn't eat right whatsoever. Um, I was just a mess. And now I'm trying to get back to, you know, drinking only water, which I've been doing for months now. And I, have lost weight. I have lost about from like 225 pounds to like 205. So 20 pounds with no working out, just switching to only water. It does wonders for your stomach, your kidneys, your liver. My next project that I'm trying to do is to quit vaping, um, because I've just felt like shit um, these past months. I've just woken up with a cough, not shortness of breath or hard to breathe, but I just don't feel well. And I noticed that when I don't smoke it for a long time, I feel better. Shocker, right? So, but it's very addicting, and it's sort of a coping mechanism, especially when, your life kind of sucks right now, like mine. So, it's definitely, it's definitely rough to, to deal with. And, it's not easy, you know, uh, I don't really know if I don't really know what my future holds. Um, it does make me extremely nervous. Uh, I'm pretty much just missing a job. If I had a job, I probably would feel a lot better about myself, but I don't. Um, it's a lot to deal with. It's a lot to, wake up in the morning and not have a routine. I'm not used to that. And it's been like that for quite a while now. And I really just don't know what else to do. I mean, it's gotten to the point where the jobs around town on the apps, the online apps, you can only apply to them once. And, I've already applied to them, so it doesn't let me apply. So a lot of the times I'm scrolling on my mouse and I've applied to all these jobs, and it's just very discouraging. You apply to a job, you upload your resume, you fill out the application, and then about 2 days later, a day later, you get an email that says, "Thank you for applying, but we've decided to pursue other candidates," that kind of thing. That's pretty much all I've received. And these are jobs that I know I can do. These are jobs that I have previous experience in. I would be able to do the job. I'm not just spam clicking apply on every job I see, because it's just not smart. Because if somebody calls you back and you're not able to do the job, you know, well, what are you going to do in that situation? So I'm trying to avoid that as much as possible, but, you know, it's getting very shallow and narrow of my options. And, if you're gonna, if you're watching this video and, you're younger than me, I'm 28, again, take it serious. I know I'm still young, but as you get older, your options start to shrink in drastically, especially in your late 20s, like I am. You know, things that I'll go to school for that when I was like 23. Oh, I'll just go to school like at 27, be done by like 29, 30. You know, I did that, I said that, and now I'm like in shock of how fast time goes by and how fast your late 20s go by. I felt like my early 20s went by at a reasonable pace, but these last from 25 up, they have flown by like a blink of an eye. And I know people hear that a lot, but it's absolutely true. Um, it's quite insane, actually, how fast it goes. 2 years, I'm going to be 30 years old, and that even scares me to say. But it's, it's very discouraging. And take this, like I said, take it as a warning sign, guys. This is not a joke. I'm one. If I didn't have my family, I would be homeless. I would be on the street, probably living in my car. That's where I would be if I didn't have my parents. And it's sad. I mean, I cannot believe the amount of time I've wasted. It's honestly like, it just blows my mind. Now, I don't regret anything. I didn't have the worst 20s, but I want to say these past 3 years have been horrible to me. Horrible. From 2023 up to where we're at now, it's been horrible. Horrible. My circumstances. And, we're not going to even talk about the dating part, because the dating part is non existent. I can't date anyone if I don't have my own place. It just doesn't work. It doesn't go hand in hand. It's like, a woman can't really take you serious, for like at the end of the night, you want to go back to your place, you don't have a place, you know. Um, and half of them I've talked to don't even have their own place. They usually have a roommate, or they live with their parents. So it's like, damn, I mean, rent where I'm at is pretty expensive, but I mean, I've only met like two women that have their own place. Um, it's insane. Usually they all have roommates, or they're at their parents. So, it's not a bad thing that you live at your parents. It could actually be a good thing, because you could save a lot more money. But, you know, I was uh I was talking to a coworker at my last job about this, and you know, I was like, because we both lived at our parents' house, and I was like, man, it's good to save money and all, but I feel like you're missing out on life, you know. Um, just missing out on on life, the normal young man in his 20s life, you know. It doesn't feel good to wake up in the morning and, you know, you live at home with mom and dad, no matter the excuse. It just doesn't feel good. And that's where I'm at. Um, and I am every day like trying to find a job. And, you know, at this point, it's been since August. It's like I should have just went to school for something. I could have probably been done. I could have probably had a CDL by now, making $32 an hour, you know, locally. So, you know, time is of the essence. Time is money, you know. Um, it's absolutely true. Time is the most expensive thing in the world because you can never get it back. I cannot get these 5 months back. I didn't use them right, you know. But I know you can't live in the past, and I can't sit there and look back and look back and look back, and, you know, be like, oh, well, I should have did this, I should have did that. You know, you gotta just go from where you're at now, and that's the message I want to leave in this video is take it from me, man. You don't want to be 28, no friends, no girlfriend, no house, no money. I wouldn't say a shitty car. My car's not that bad, but it's an old car. It's from 2003. You know, take it from me. Take your financial future seriously. You know, make the right choices. Wait to have kids. Do not have kids in your 20s. Wait till you're like my age to start. I know some people that started at like 21, you know? Take your time. Take your financial future seriously. I'm telling you guys. And that's another thing too. You don't want to get with, you know, the people you're around. You know, the more you take your financial future seriously, a lot more doors will open. The more different level of people you'll meet. You know, but if you just work at a shop or a grocery store your whole life, and, you know, not to badmouth anyone doing that, you know, life happens. But as a 21, if I'm speaking to my 21-year-old self, you know, you got to elevate yourself to be around other elevated people. You know, you don't want a girlfriend who doesn't, who can't hold a job, who's never able to help you, who doesn't do anything but sit at home all day. You know, you don't want someone like that. Um, if they treat you right and they're more of like a homebody and they want to raise kids and all that, yeah, that's fine. But you better make sure that you have a really good income to take care of it, because the way the world is going now, um, one household incomes like it was in the past are non-existent. You need two incomes if you want to live comfortably. Um, there's just no way. Like, I know people with really good jobs and they have a brand new car, a nice house, but they literally don't have any money because they're the only income in that household, and it's just like they are basically living paycheck to paycheck. So play it smart, guys. You know, smart women are the best women. Pick your battles. Pick the right woman for you. Yeah, the ones that look really good and look really hot, and I'm not saying that all the smart ones are ugly, because that is the biggest lie ever. In fact, they're even hotter than the ones that are not smart at all. Pick your women right, guys. That is the most important choice in a man's life, is to pick the right woman. And I know a lot of people will be like, well, you know, a lot of people date, a lot of people talk to a lot of women, a lot of guys, um, out of desperation, out of loneliness, and they end up having these mistakes where they either get them pregnant or they end up breaking up or whatever. But if you are with a woman and you get her pregnant and you know in yourself that you don't want to be with her, prepare to have a rough life. That's all I'm going to say. If you think your life is hard now, just try adding a child and a bitter woman that has your child to your life. Your life is going to be living fucking hell every day. So, pick them right, guys. Pick a good schooling path. Don't fuck around. Don't stay up all night playing video games. I'm telling you, I know what my audience is, and I know a lot of you guys do that. Get yourself some sleep. Eat the right foods. Go on a 30-minute walk. Buy yourself a walking pad from Amazon that'll cost you maybe a buck 25, maybe a buck 50. It's not a cheap one. I have one in my room at my mom's house, and I use it. So there's things you can do. Take your health seriously. I'm telling you guys, you do not want to be in the position I'm in. My body is not that bad, but I need to change it. It got to the point where they started talking about prescribing me like Ozempic. And I know a lot of people will be like, damn, like, you know, but, I'm not that big. But my BMI is too big for me. I'm not supposed to be this big at this size. Like, I'm not, like, severely overweight, but I'm not skinny either. I'm not healthy. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm not healthy at all. I need to do a lot more. And, with it, it's easier said than done. But you got to create a plan. You can't just go freestyling your way through life. You got to have some scripts. You got to have a plan here. And I have a plan. I want to get a job. I want to get my own place. And, I want to get more in shape. And whatever comes along the way, that's, what I got to deal with. So it's difficult, but, I'll be able to do it. So create yourself a plan and, take care of yourself. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.